Whoa. That's weird, Javi. Oh, there we go. All right, can you guys see my screen then?
Yes.
All right, well, welcome everybody to our first sessions of webinars that we're gonna be starting at Ortus. So this is our first webinar surrounding our FORGEBOX product line. And yes, finally, we can call it a product line. So very excited today to show you what we've been working on and the things that are coming for FORGEBOX. All right, so an intro to FORGEBOX for those of you who do not know what FORGEBOX is. FORGEBOX can be found at forgebox.io, and it's the package repository and software directory for ColdFusion. It has been around for many years now, since I believe 2009 was our first edition, which was very ColdBox-centric, but now we are very ColdFusion-centric. It's cloud package management, and it integrates with our command box product to give you all those package management features that you love. Very easy to get started as well. Give you a little introduction of what's going on with FORGEBOX as a whole, what we call the state of FORGEBOX. It has definitely been a feedback-driven journey. Lots of feedback, lots of complaints, and lots of good suggestions, and lots of everything. But we have been definitely very busy, and we have gotten more organized as time progresses in building out the FORGEBOX team. We have, in the last 12 months, released 15 versions, believe it or not, surrounding our SaaS solution. We've had over 120 new users in the past, I think now will be 16 months, right? 16 months. 160 new packages, over 1,600 new versions, and incredibly over 61,000 package installs. And it keeps growing. So we're very excited of the vibrancy of the state of FORGEBOX. We can see here that I started tracking usage and some statistics since 2012, and we can definitely see the growth through time of our user base. We can also see the growth of the packages that are being deployed into FORGEBOX. You can see a big jump starting in 2016 as well. And you can also see a huge jump in the amount of versions that people are actually publishing to be consumed by developers. So we're very excited to see this kind of growth and this type of usage from the ColdFusion community. Now, to use FORGEBOX, we've tried to make it very simple. You download command box. This is your CLI tool that you're going to install in your operating systems or your continuous integration servers or wherever you need package management. You will register either through the CLI or through the UI. And then you can basically use command box to browse and install packages, uninstall packages, publish, unpublish, and begin your journey into modern ColdFusion. FORGEBOX community, just a little reminder that it's free. It's basically for the community, so you can actually collaborate and publish all these reusable modules for the community, okay? Leveraging modern package management and really empowering your development process from the old copy-paste days to now a more CLI and automated-driven approach. And we also announced that into the box that we are offering free storage for all public packages. So there are no more excuses. We offer the entire pipeline for developers or companies that actually want to publish and share, and will even host and store securely all those packages in our cloud repositories. So today we are unveiling the features for FORGEBOX Pro that we've been working on for quite some time now. FORGEBOX Pro is a monthly subscription service, which not only gives you all the benefits of community, but it also allows you to publish and collaborate on private packages. And a lot more features coming soon. Ortus support will be included, so you're going to be able to know how to ask for help. And of course, you get your unique private installation prefix, so you can know which packages are private and yours. Okay, so this FORGEBOX Pro is directed towards single developer shops, or yourself as a developer. All the community features is included. You can publish an unlimited amount of private packages and have unlimited private collaborators on your packages. You will get 500, actually you're getting already 50 gigabytes of package storage. And the support help desk will be available starting once the subscriptions go live. And we're gonna be offering security audits for your private packages thanks to Fixinator. So thanks to Foundeo and Pete Freitag, we have come to an agreement, and we're gonna be able to offer security audits. So you're gonna have a security panel inside of ForgeBox if you have a Pro edition for your private packages, and you're gonna get security audits for those packages that only you can see. The public packages as well are gonna get some security audits thanks to Fixinator, but those will be available as well if you're logged in. Now, private packages are basically packages that only can be accessed by you and your collaborators. They are private and safe. They can also be stored within ForgeBox. And you get a nice homepage view of all your private packages, who's collaborating, and you have all these tools to help you with package management for your own private packages. Your private collaboration panel is available to you, and we're making big strides in revamping some of these panels as well as during these past few months. You can actually give collaborators publish access or read-only access, and you can manage their invitations and revoke them if need be, if they're misbehaving. Pricing, this is brand new. This is something that we're working on right now. So we're gonna start with $9 a month for your user pro account. So that's basically 2 fancy coffee cups a month. You can get all the advantages of unlimited private packages and unlimited collaborations. The good thing is that all these features are available now, okay? So you don't have to wait for anything. They are free for a limited time until our subscription modules are online. But right now, you can try them out. You can see if everything is what you like and you prefer. So you have full unlimited private packages. You have full unlimited private collaborations. And you have actually right now about free storage. I can guarantee you're not going to hit that 50 gigabyte mark pretty soon. But our ETA is that next month we'll be rolling out our subscription module, and you're going to be able to subscribe, and these features will no longer be free. But right now, try them out. Everything is online. I think, when did we post them? I think January, right? Yeah. January, February. Yeah, January, February. We went live with all these features, so you could try them out. All right, great. So that's ForgeBox Pro and ForgeBox Community. But today we're very excited to announce to you ForgeBox Orgs. So this is something that has been on the works. For, after Into the Box, we started on this, and well, Brad has pestered us to get this going for quite some time as well. But ForgeBox Orgs will also be a monthly subscription service, but it will allow your organization to own and manage your own private packages, but also teams and also memberships. Ortus support is included, and of course, each organization gets their own installation prefix. Okay. Some of the features will be, obviously, we're gonna make it free for public packages. So if you have already an account in ForgeBox, you can create as many organizations as you want and as many teams, as long as all the packages that you manage are public. That will be something that we're doing to foster as well the community and empower the community to create more organized package management. Then, if you are on the subscription, you're gonna have an unlimited amount of organizations, a limited amount of memberships, teams, and packages, but that subscription will be needed for all kinds of private interactions. So if you want private interactions, private teams, private collaborators, private packages, then you will have to be on the subscription. John is asking that question, so why don't we take that question right now before we get into the organization. So what are the advantages of a private package on ForgeBox versus a GitLab repo? And I think that's a great question because some people might not realize the difference. So in GitLab, you're gonna be hosting your source code, okay? That is very, very different than the end product. ForgeBox is not gonna host your source code. It should not host your full-on source code. It should host the compiled or the build version of your package. So it's a big difference. So GitLab is basically used, or GitHub or whatever you use for source code management. That's source code management, right? That will be your developers, whoever needs be can basically work on that package. However, once you need to distribute that package or make that available, you need to publish that package in production format or production mode, right? You don't want to be publishing all your internal secrets, all your internal stuff, internal packages. You basically want a sanitized version of your source code to be published somewhere. And that's where FORGEBOX comes in. So, and this is great and a big benefit, because this way, if you wanted to share packages, you don't have to share GitLab access. You don't have to give people access to your source code. You can actually just give them access to your end product, which is whatever you publish in FORGEBOX, whether it be Pro or Org or Enterprise. So there's a big difference. So I'm glad you mentioned that, John, and Jorge and Edgardo, if you're listening. This is something that we have to put in our FAQs, because it's a very common question, and I think it's important to demystify it. So it says, I don't mean to be dense, but CF isn't compile, it's all source code. John, you are semi-correct. So in ColdFusion, you can actually compile it. So you can actually do compiled versions of ColdFusion. So it will compile to Java bytecode. Lucy offers a deploy extension, and Adobe has offered this since the CF4 days. So you can actually compile your source code to bytecode and deliver it like that. So this has existed in CF since the good old CF4 days. If you guys are interested in something like that, I can definitely ping me and I'll show you how to do it. We have many packages out there that does this up on GitHub. But you can deliver compiled Java bytecode for your ColdFusion code if you want to. But that was not the full extent, but that was one use case. The other use cases is that sometimes you need to build your source code. So imagine if you have a Vue.js front end and a backend API, and the front end needs to be constructed, and you don't want anybody to see your source code. You just want people to see the compiled front end Vue.js application. So you can do that as well. So I think there has to be a big distinction nowadays for modern development, that you're not giving people all your source code. You're basically giving them only what they need to run your source code. So hopefully that clears it up, John. Oh, and Eric has a great response to it. Version management is the biggest reason, in my opinion, you can't use semantic version ranges in Git repos. So, if you're not using FORGEBOX as a storage, and we have this in the benefit slides, is that you can't do semantic versioning control on that source code because it's on Git, right? So you need a package manager to do that for you. Okay. All right. So I think I answered that question. So I'm going to go ahead and explain how we've designed FORGEBOX orgs. We start off with the capability to create as many organizations as you want. Okay. Each organization can have its own subscription. That means that you can have different memberships and different controls and different actual paid organizations if you needed to. An organization will have memberships, as you can see on the screen. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but here are the members. And each member that you add to your organization or invite to your organization can have an access control. They can either become an owner of an organization or co-owner. They can also become an admin or become just a traditional user. Okay. Then within an organization, you're going to be able to have the access to create teams. Okay. This is just a nice way for you to organize your organization, no pun intended. And you can create a UI team, a dev team, whatever kinds of teams that you want within your organization. And each team will have memberships from your members inside of your org. So you can assign different team members to that team. And then you can assign the different packages that that team is going to have access to. And you can choose the access control of that package. So for the UI team, you want to be able to give my cool package and the ultimate framework as read-only. You can. Or if you wanted to give ultimate framework as read-only, but my cool package with publishing capabilities, you can as well. The same goes as many teams as you build. So you have very granular control, not only of who can work on certain packages, but who can publish certain packages. Right. So in organizations, of course, you can also have private packages that belong to the organization, but Also, users can have private packages that belong to them, okay? And obviously, if that happens, then we need to have some type of transfer mechanism if a user actually wants to transfer their private package to their organization, okay? So all those intricacies and use cases will be coming online as these things and the development keeps being produced, right? So you have your own published unique organization prefix, and we include about 50 gigabytes of storage per organization subscription. Right, the members, it's an important thing for organizations. You can add as many members as you like to your organization with different access controls. You can create as many teams as you want, okay? And keep organizing your packages in that approach with read-only or publishing capabilities. Pricing. Now, we've thinking about $9 a month per user. So each organization can have its own subscription according to its members. Now remember, you can also have a free organization that has members that only deal with public packages or open source packages, but you can also have closed and private organizations that paid for their users, and the users will inherit that capability of having privacy, okay? Now, status, it is currently under development as we speak. We had a design session yesterday, and we have another design session today with Javier. But it's under development, and our ETA right now is to have organizations and teams available by November. That is our goal. Hopefully, we can meet it. All right, with that said, I've introduced orgs and pro, and now I want to introduce Javier. Javier is the lead engineer with me for ForgeBox, and he's going to be talking about enterprise. So here you go, Javier.
Hello, everybody. How you're doing today? I hope you are having a good Friday. And as we said, I'm the lead engineer for ForgeBox. I have been helping Luis with the development of these new editions that we have. And I'm presenting today ForgeBox Enterprise. So let's get started. ForgeBox Enterprise, custom and private hosted version of ForgeBox. For your organization. So basically you can have like the same benefits as the community version, plus the ability to manage and control private packages across your organization with exclusivity and security. Empower your development teams to build apps quick, modern, and secure. So you can create sub-organization as well and manage your teams. Okay, these are some of the features that we have in for enterprise. So you can have unlimited public and private packages. You can have unlimited sub-organizations, unlimited teams. It's secure and isolated private register. You get 250 gigs of package storage, and you also get a custom command box namespace, which is great. And we also have the ability to customize roles, permissions, and public access, and also manage internal shared collaborators. You can manage everything related with the collaboration. You can send the invites, revoke invitations, and all that. And ForgeBox Enterprise is deployed on Docker containers into the Ortus Docker Cloud. And it's fully managed and supported by the Ortus team. So you guys get the support from us, basically. Okay, easy package management. You can mix and match packages from the community version and your own private repo. So the slug must contain your endpoint, as you can see in the example. So for example, if you register my endpoint, you're gonna use that syntax to install a package that is in your private endpoint, in this case, ColdFusion, and you can also do it with private packages. So in this example, we are in our private endpoint, and we are installing ColdFusion from J. Quintero, right? So it's enterprise managed. It's a monthly subscription service. And as I said, it's managed by Ortus, everything, and you get it's scalable and get the support and mentorship by our team. These are some of the features that you can find in the dashboard. The dashboard is very fresh and modern. Everything looks nice and it's pretty easy to use. So we can have some stats there. You can see how many users you have, how many packages, the top 10 installed packages, and the top 10 users, and all that. So you can manage your users, roles, permissions, public access, and you can also control the licenses and the collaborators. Here is a screenshot of the stats. Here we have the top 10 downloaded and installed packages, top 10 rated packages. You can find out from here if you have an user that it's not active, so you can have action on those users. We also have the global settings where you can set your endpoint name. There is a section that you can create and update banners if you want. They are gonna be displayed in the business, in the package view. And that can be used for notifications or information basically that you can you want to share with your organization. So you can also update the activate or not the package comments, gravatar, set the pagination preferences. Let's talk about the storage. We have the local storage for an amount of 250 gigs, but it's also compatible with Amazon S3 and Digital Ocean Spaces. Okay, here are some of the settings that you can configure through the UI. You basically are gonna enter the storage region, domain, bucket name, and the good thing is that you can test before you add your provider. You are gonna be able to test and make sure that the provider is registered correctly. Okay, we also have some security options. Basically, you can enable and disable public registration. I'm not sure if you want to do that with your enterprise version, but there is the option to do that and to enable the public software directory. Here are some of the benefits that you get: scalable binary storage, detect out-of-date packages. It's going to help you with the downloads and updates, so no more repository cloning or full downloads, fast Semver evaluation, and faster downloads, as I said. Here are more benefits. Security, it's something that it's very important for us. So no more source code access, granular installation, publishing access. We also get an agreement with FundView to get security audits for all our packages, and that's using an app that it's called Fixinator. That is going to help us to find security vulnerabilities in our source code. So here are the new commands. A few months ago, we introduced like new commands for FORGEBOX endpoints. So basically, we can register new ones. We can set endpoints as default. We can remove them, list them. For that, you will need command box 4.5 or later to be able to interact and use these commands. So here is an example of how you register an endpoint. You just give it a name and set your endpoint URL, basically. This is a simple example. And then you're gonna log into your own and private endpoint, just like that, right? A command just to list the endpoints that you have already registered. And the usage, it's very simple. We can install packages from our private endpoint. In this case, we are installing my package from our endpoint that it's called Ortus. That would be your organization, in that case. If you want to change the default endpoint, you can just do it by using the set default command. So if you set your endpoint as default, you won't need to use the prefix, in this case, Ortus. If you set it as default, you just type FORGEBOX install my package, and that would do it for your default endpoint. And the status of FORGEBOX Enterprise, we have been working hard, and it's available now. We're so excited to announce that, and it's available from 19 per user, and you get a package of 10 users that you can use. So for that, you can contact Ortus. There's the email to do that. And okay, this is the Q's and A's. You guys have any questions? If you do, please do it in the chat. In the chat.
Thanks, Javi. Now that pricing might not be set. Jorge might beat me up for putting that, but if you need anything, you can contact at jorge@ortussolutions.com.
Any questions, guys? All good?
Yeah, ForgeBox hasn't been ColdBox centric since almost 4 years now. So you can store whatever you want in ForgeBox. You can store Java. You can use it for front end stuff. You can use it for whatever. In all reality, PHP, yes, you can. I mean, it might get an itch. You might have to give it some Benadryl, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't discriminate technology. It actually is. The idea is to embrace any type of language and any type of package within ForgeBox. That's our vision. Well, ForgeBox have any hooks for CI purposes? Adrian is asking. Well, once you have access to an enterprise edition, for example, you will have access to the complete API, right? And Javier is working on the full docs on that and our Postman collections for it. So basically, you're going to have access to the entire ForgeBox API, and you can you can create hooks, you can create whatever you want, and basically tie into anything that ForgeBox does. We also do have a hooks feature planned in a roadmap, and that will allow you to basically create your HTTP or HTTPS endpoints that can be actually announced whenever there's a new package, there's an update of a version, unpublished, etc. But if you do have an enterprise edition, the API is yours. So you can basically do whatever you want with your enterprise installation. How does the Fixinator tie-in work? Well, this is something that we're doing with Pete and Foundeo. So right now, it's basically I need to meet with Pete to set all the different intricacies that have to be done before we offer it. and place it in. I can mention a few things that are going to be available. One is the audit command will be available inside of ForgeBox for free for public packages. So if you put an open source package and a public package in ForgeBox, we're going to run an audit on that every time that you publish, and we'll have a security tab available to you that will give you the output of that result, that scan. Okay. If you have a pro account, it will do the same, but on your private packages. Okay. Now, if you have an organization, it's kind of the same deal, right? Free for public, and then if you have a subscription, it'll be available for your pro. If you have an enterprise, though, not only do you get the auditing within ForgeBox, but I believe that in our discussions with Pete, we're going to give you access to a Fixinator command. So every developer that's licensed within that enterprise installation will have the full Fixinator at their disposal in their CLI. Now, these might change. This is something that we're still working on with Pete. This is still something that we need to settle with him to finalize it.
Anything else?
More questions. Por favor. Give me more questions. You can't answer. You can't ask questions, Stephanie. How long would it take to get my account set up with Enterprise? It will be done in 1 minute.
Oh,
actually, it is automated. So we have the subdomains already pointing. So, you know, let's say if this organization is called Vertigo, it will be vertigo.forgebox.io. So, and that will basically be deployed as a new set of containers. So we can be up and running very quickly. Everything's done through our CI processes in GitLab, and all we need to do is basically create a new stack for you in our Docker Swarm and deploy it. So in all reality, you could be up and running with Enterprise within 1 hour. Discus is not removed. It is a module, but is optional. So if you have an enterprise account, you can leverage it for internal commenting, or you can disable it. Up to you. Everything in ForgeBox is built using ColdBox and ColdBox modules. So pretty much everything can be turned on or off. Even the MailChimp integrations, you know, the registrations, everything can be turned on or off because they're all modules. So Edgardo wants us to talk a little bit more about support of the product. All right, so if you, man, look at these guys, man. So for enterprise, you do have around-the-clock support because it is your infrastructure. A community, obviously you have community support, and then for pro and orgs, you're going to have a new feedback or request in your panel. So you're going to be able to create tickets, and we're going to be able to respond to you right there very easily for your needs. So mostly the support comes into play for your enterprise standalone private registry. If you're using the community pro and orgs, you know, if it goes down, we will take care of it no matter what. So the only support is more ticket driven at that approach. You know, if you have a password issues or you need some help with something, a feature or whatever, then we'll take care of that. But we'll be creating a feedback what was it that what we called it, Javi? I forgot. It was a ticketing request or something like that was going to be built into ForgeBox. And of course, all the enterprise solutions can be customized. So if your company wants 24/7 support, we can make that work. Or if you don't care about 24/7 support, we can make that work as well. So if you have 50 users, you have 100 users, we can customize anything. So enterprise is meant as a custom solution for your organization. No, right. Can enterprise run inside our firewall? So John, right now, enterprise is managed by us. So that means that it runs in the Ortus cloud. So it has to run on our network. Now, what you can do is that since our entire Ortus cloud runs on Cloudflare, potentially Cloudflare has a new service that allows you to basically make your instance part of your VPN. So this is some features that Cloudflare has just released. So there might be the possibility where we could do something tailor-made for that and using the Cloudflare services to make your domain look like if it's inside of your VPN. However, we do not have our version that can be downloaded and installed behind a firewall just yet. It might come in the future, but we have not decided just yet. And there's so many pieces to ForgeBox in terms of infrastructure that it does require a lot. I mean, we have a distributed cache, we have messaging, we have tons of infrastructure items that need to be in place in order for ForgeBox to work. So that's what our decision of not going for the download or image download approach just yet. All right, any other questions, folks? The SLAs are going to be available. Edgardo and Jorge can give those to you. So if you can contact them, they can help. And if you have any technical questions, you can contact Javier or myself. And if you just want to pester people, just contact Brad. Right, anybody else, any other questions, concerns, comments, jokes, riddles? A few seconds to see if somebody's typing. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. We're going to produce a recording right now, and we're going to be publishing it in Vimeo today. So once the recording is available, I'm sure Edgardo will mail it to you folks, and we'll be posting them pretty much everywhere. But thank you so much, and talk to you soon.